Howdy. And good morning, all. I hope that you all have been having a very good day. Oh, hold on. Let me try taking off the echo. Anyway, howdy. And good morning. Those of you who don't know me, my name's Solomon Savage. I am a sci-fi western VTuber. Is there lore? Yes. But I ain't telling you yet. In any case, I hope you're all having a fine time with it, whatever time of day you're having. Anyway, we're going to be playing some HSR today. Okay, start with them. And go ahead and get over to that right now. Okay. So, new patch dropped last week. Took a little bit more time off than I intended to. I wasn't feeling well last week, and it's been kind of going around the house. So we've been taking turns taking care of each other. It's a little bit of a stomach bug. Nothing too bad, really. I'm feeling all better now. But by the time I was feeling better, it was time for me to get ready for the work week. And, well, my work week anyway. And it just didn't seem like a good time to set anything up. So I went ahead and I did the adult thing. I went ahead and set up a schedule for this week so I could hold myself accountable. That's right. Your boy is growing up. That's right, little buddy. That's right. I'm going to be accountable for my actions. Yeah, I don't believe it either. All right. Okay. Let's see now. Just to make sure that I'm doing all this right. Yeah, it doesn't look like... yes. Okay. We'll go ahead and start on the quest. Let's head to the... actually, let's go ahead and view the recap.
And reach a
I
consensus,
forgot to turn on the game audio.
Penacony regains the right to determine its own destiny. In the very end, Sparkle makes a grand return with a startling bombshell. This crisis is ultimately resolved amidst spectacular fireworks. With everyone receiving their own best ending, the tragicomedy of the sweet dream comes to a close.
Good tea. All right, let's go ahead and get on with it. Go now. Oh my, look at this. How nice. Now, speaking of Sparkle, how you doing, girl?
Great, you're here. It's a secret, and it's a good thing I got here so fast. Otherwise, you would have missed the fireworks I prepared. Huh? That's weird. I pressed the button already. I wonder what went wrong. Gray hair, don't be so nervous. I took a mutually assured destruction button and repurposed it into a sky full of sparkles button. I really wanted to give you an epic fireworks show. I tested it so many times just to make sure. And now that I finally boarded the express, it doesn't even work. Oh well. Luckily, I brought along some sparklers too. Let's light them up. Look, aren't they nice? Wait, hold up. Where are you going? Don't leave!
Oh my goodness, look at all of the sweet little pom-pom suits. Perfectly pom-pom sized. Oh my god. Can I change his outfit? Do I have anything to change him into? Oh. Change him into this. Oh my god, this is precious. A chef's outfit pom-pom wears when they are in charge of cooking. It has experienced the clashing of kitchen utensils and the crackling symphony of frying and cooking. It remains white and pure, unblemished by grease. Pom-Pom has never revealed the secret as to how they achieved this. Okay, I'll get this as soon as I do the Cosmic Home Decor Guide. Very nice. Oh my.
What kind of drink do you prefer? Straight or mixed? Neat or on the rocks?
I'll get to you in a minute, shush. First thing.
Amphorius, the eternal land.
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away from outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's mysterious, all right.
Okay, so I had a little bit of forewarning about this. Apparently, some of the audio dialogue from the characters is not present in the game currently. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it was a file or two that got missing during the patch. But we're going to deal with it as best we can. I'll turn this off of auto feed, and I'll be prepared to read the lines as they come up. So those of you who are at home will be able to get a glimpse of what it is that they're saying. Okay. So what Dan said was, there is no record of this world in the databank, not even a mention of its name. And then March replies, yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away from the outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's mysterious, all right. Okay, next.
You haven't been with us on the Express very long. Will the journey be too much for you to handle?
I've been on the Express for nearly 2 years now.
Huh? Has it been that long?
It really has. I started playing this game on launch. And poor Himiko. There's no need to be nervous. I understand that it may be difficult for us to wrap our heads around the idea that there's a world Akavili didn't venture into, but a journey like that is only routine for the Express crew back then. After all, Trailblaze is to explore the universe's boundaries.
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion, too. They don't know we're considering Amphorius as a destination.
Ah, another sip of tea. Sure, I'll take care of it. That said, Pom-Pom usually stays out of the discussions about destinations. The final decision will likely still be on us to make. Dan says, in that case, we better take time to think this over.
Yeah! Plus, even if we pass Amphorius over, we've still got a fuel problem to solve.
That's what I thought too. Alright, Himiko says. For now, I'll let Miss Black Swan know that we're considering the Eternal Land as a destination. Seeing as how this is going to be an unusual adventure, it would be good for us to take some time out to make preparations for the journey. Meanwhile, I'll see if I can't find out more about Amphorius from our allies before we depart.
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Or we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the astral charts and navigation routes are all functioning fine. I wonder if the hole in the Tychean Stadium has been repaired.
Himiko says the Express has been on the go almost the whole time since we left the space station. We barely had any time to catch our breath. Let's take this as an opportunity to wrap up our vacation instead and make the most out of this break. At this moment, people still haven't expected the vacation to be so fulfilling. They witnessed the grand Shanzhou war dance, and during the moment of leisure, also all those they will meet again, including not only their friends, but also foes. And here we go. Switching to Sunday's POV. Several weeks later, Golden Hour, Penacony.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you're probably better off spending it on getting actual work done.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. But is there even any point to doing this? The threat's long been neutralized. They're just putting on a show. I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts. It's nothing but a pretense for those outsiders, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago really a result of trouble within the Oak family?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to maintaining social stability? Now, who knows who's been fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around out there, each one more outlandish than the last.
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the chaos was only quelled because of an accident? Makes no sense. So what's the lowdown?
Well, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone's taken the rap for it.
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Since then, not a single soul's seen him.
Pardon me.
Heck, forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about scary. For all we know, we might have watched something go down in history, like what happened to the Black Plum family back then, without even realizing it.
I have no idea who the Black Plum family is. I know that there's been 5 families that everyone talks about in Penacony. The Oak family was largely responsible for the Stellaron disaster that just got averted, so they've all been put under arrest, including the Dream Master and Mr. Sunday, who was the head of the Oak family.
I've heard another theory about that family head, though. I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here. and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez. Are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. A move to heighten security, if you will. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of every guest.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh,
Oh, he's gonna put the whammy on him.
do you recall when or where we might have met?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sirs.
Well, this is getting off to an interesting start.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that Bloodhound's keeping watch over.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Fugitive of Penacony.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
Oh, 1 week.
The only one you can rely on, huh? What about her?
Ah, Robin.
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you, eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
Yeah, 1 week here is making a very good and compelling rendition of why people go to confession.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why, considering your vested interest in reading my thoughts. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
Okay.
Harmonize
We'll return first. Head to ID.
Serenade the glow. Get your tickets for Robin's Flight to the Song concert while they're on.
Let's cross the street real quick so I don't get run over. Well, that's nice. You can hear the music coming from the amphitheater. Okay. Yikes. Alright.
I see 2 bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business, unlike the pair from earlier. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice, I can't see anything.
Pepeshi constantly and perpetually stuck in the short bus.
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Shall I get you a soapbox to stand on?
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you again?
A very odd couple.
We've been through this. You're the only one I can turn to now. Besides, we once lived a cat and dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
Why is that? It was 1 week to you anyway. And by the way, 1 week is a new character. He wasn't present in the previous patches, so I'm kind of curious as to where this is going to go.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something like that.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same. After all, you're only alive today because of me. You owe me that much.
Interesting.
Holy moly! Can you get any more conceited?
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, I showed you a way to survive and helped you escape the jaws of death.
Interesting.
When you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future, I did everything within my power to help you safeguard your position in the family.
Okay, I get it already. You have a way with words, I'll give you that. Still, it's one thing to repay a favor, quite another to knowingly put myself in harm's way. I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on going back to Penacony? Is this an IPC mission? Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back, but in return you must turn against all whom you once called family or something like that?
No, was he jailed by the IPC? Interesting.
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade didn't drop so much as a hint about it.
Oh, Jade, what are you up to?
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like.
I will not accept your charity.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your answer.
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. As for whether I can afford the price of my freedom, I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC's debt.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment is due, so why not exercise the right to freedom that I've just regained?
By walking straight into a trap?
Or by making amends for past deeds.
I suppose there's something to be said for that.
When it's time to go, this will be farewell for good. So, before I leave Penacony, I'd like to take some time to look back on all the events that have taken place.
Can't you just look back on it from a distance?
That would be safer, wouldn't it?
There's something else I want to do, too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen, but the order in Penacony wasn't built in a day. This sweet dream is likely to still contain residual traces of the Oak family's influence.
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than capable of working things out on their own.
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistakes.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the family's hands again, you're done for.
You got one more move and you're done for.
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. Trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes. We should always ensure that everything is in order before walking out the door. The same applies when bidding my home farewell, too.
Some interesting boots.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder's one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Oh, come on. Take a joke, will ya?
Sorry, but park facilities are out of order. Refurbishment works are currently underway. Please come back again later.
Sounds like Wilt's voice actor.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation. You can skip the report.
What? What are you talking about? I mean, Mr. 1 Week. Please excuse me. I should have recognized you earlier. I must be more tired than I realized.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me, won't you?
There's nothing much to say, actually. We Bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are. My guess is that it's simply part of the aftermath of the Stellaron incident.
Aftermath?
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know him?
Oh, I see. Pardon my ignorance, sir. Coming back to the topic of the park, let's just say that it has been recently observed that certain behaviors are not tolerated around here.
What happens if you violate the prohibitions?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself?
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for ourselves.
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
You shouldn't have said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable for you. So, why are we here? You managed this park before?
You could say that. I was still a child back then. To become the bronze Melodia of the Oak family, I'd gone under Mr. Gopherwood's tutelage. We were taking a walk in the park like any other day, when he suddenly hit on the idea to have me manage the park. Within the domain he demarcated, my every word would hold the force of law. In hindsight, that was probably the first time that I enforced order.
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty good job.
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Fortunately, the tourists thought of it as nothing more than a spell of merrymaking.
Was that his way of training you?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. That there is never an ideal paradigm when it comes to rules. If the enforcer is incapable of introspection, then even regulations once laid down with the noblest of intentions will eventually become defiled. This place is no exception. The distorted after-echoes of the Order will only add to the chaos.
Let's see what we have on these notes.
Okay. If you would guys would give me just a moment, I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Danger.
Danger.
All right, I've returned. Okay. So, the Iding Park investigatory rules. I'll write down what I've noticed for now. I'll go over things when I meet the others later. No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. Be kind to the birds. Do not discard trash in trash cans. Okay. Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. Handstand walks around flower beds are prohibited. I wonder what they thought they had to do that for. Attention, conduct that have not been mentioned are not necessarily safe. They have just not yet been
Danger.
reviewed.
No consumption of food except for burgers. What?
No, speaking of consumption, I also grabbed myself a snack while I was there. While I was up and around. I got
Be
myself some
kind
Kit Kats.
to birds.
Looks like some rules weren't distorted. That's a word-for-word account of what I said back then.
Did you make this rule because your sister is named Robin?
No, it was for Mr. Gopherwood. He used to stop by the park to people watch and appreciate the vibrancy of life. This was his way of recharging whenever things wore him out. I wanted him to rest undisturbed.
By the way, Mr. Gopherwood often appears as a crow or, I guess, a raven.
No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make this rule.
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason I made that rule is so that people can learn to wait in line in an orderly manner for things, instead of shoving and jostling people around.
What happens if I break the rule?
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures will be enforced.
Huh. Try me.
Wait, don't!
In the blink of an eye, the ice cream vanished into 1 week's stomach.
Ah. Huh. So, where are those corrective measures?
That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue without you having to get involved. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member. Let's try it out.
Huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an example of the corrective measures that the Bloodhound mentioned. It's exactly what I would have done back then.
You've been iron-fisted since you were little, haven't you? Wait a sec. If this is how violations are corrected, then everything that I ate just now?
I tried to warn you.
Like a drunkard commonly seen by the sidewalk, he vomited his
Ugh. Ugh.
How do you feel?
Now, I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't sit by and do nothing. Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble in Ideen Park. There's no need to involve the Dreamweavers. I'll fix these distortions once and for all.
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them to the source once they manifest. Breaking a few rules will do. We just need to make sure that the corrective measures that will be implemented aren't too much for us to handle. When a distorted after echo manifests to correct us, I'll be able to pinpoint its whereabouts. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now?
Okay. I got one or two destinations. Let's try that over here. Oh, hello, trash can.
Do not discard trash in trash cans. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes. I was no exception.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Well, what do you suggest we throw in?
Trash.
Something's happening.
Golden trash. Nice.
What is this? A woodcutter's trash can?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. The Dream Jolt troupe, where? Are they hiding or something? Please do not use Soul Glad. The Dream Jolt troupe, where?
Oh. I guess I'll have to look for him. Aha.
Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya? Come on, let's buy some bottle caps from it.
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you. Who are you trying to pay with your spare change?
More alfalfa credits.
I'm afraid you're going to have to handle this if it isn't enough.
Handle this? Handle what? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
Dream Jolt troop lets out turd shouts, moves closer, pointing to a soda bottle. Yeah.
Luck's on our side. Looks like we scraped together just enough.
Soul Glad bottle cap. Alright. Back to...
Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens?
Bottle cap purchased from the Dream Jolt troop for a high price. The fact remains that bottle caps are valuable even outside of nuclear wastelands. Okay. Well, that looks fine.
Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule?
Open the capsule machine. You shouldn't have done that. It says warnings have proven futile. Punishment is now inevitable.
They can't be seriously going that far, right? Oh, no. Hey, look out!
May song bring us victory.
I may need to adjust my lineup here. At least if I go forward with more battles.
Time to play the next piece. Harmony and unison.
We've really hurt all that much yet. Let's go ahead.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion. Unworthy.
I hope for an end to strife in the world. Tonight, souls shall embrace. Stars echo. Welcome to my world. Give me strength.
Don't worry, stand just a scrape. Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed in lunar flame. Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oh well. I guess that was enough.
Did they have to do that? They could have just recalled the capsule.
Perhaps making the attractions no longer just attractions is another corrective measure?
Aren't the rules being too finicky with words?
Enough. The location of the distortion is nearby.
The after echoes of order, once distorted, only add to the chaos. As a tuner, Sunday can easily discern where the harmony of dreamscapes has been disrupted. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. Huh. It does look somewhat like you.
Time for it to disappear for good. Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All creatures endowed with eyes bear souls of equal worth.
Whoa, it worked. The IPC totally should have sent someone to keep an eye on you. Aren't they worried that you might make a comeback in Penacony and grow a new pair of wings?
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm no threat to them.
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the elite or a leader. When was the last time you fell into the mud? All the way back during your childhood days?
Sometime before I turned 6. Like most boys would, I tried to fly with my ear feathers, only to fall into a pit. I almost broke my halo.
That was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize. But whoa, you actually remember something like that?
You never forget times of failure. It's only human nature.
Ugh, You're probably the only one who'd consider something like that a failure.
Yeah.
What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh, it's as if it all only happened yesterday. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. But it looks like I was just going round in circles. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should go. This will be a long farewell.
All right. Next.
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though. It might be better to take a quieter route.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that place.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family is currently investigating. You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe, too.
Hold on.
Well, see something.
Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Nice recovery.
Thank you.
Yeah, well taught to you.
Whew, that was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony? We needn't change our plans because of him. But be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days.
Well, there was that alleged bombing attempt.
Come now. It's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do.
This way.
Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me. Will you at least give me a chance to explain?
I will, but before I do, put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Welt holding him at a black hole point. Oh, by the way, there's a freaking black hole in his staff.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantations.
Ah, he's wise to you.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience the Order again either.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value, not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me a chance to say goodbye, so that I may leave without regrets?
Agreed. But, until you leave Penacony for good, you're to stay by my side.
You have my gratitude.
Not letting you out of my sight.
I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels. That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony too?
Come with me. We'll go find them. You come along, too.
Okay, okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
Alright. Let's go ahead. Come on downstairs.
We're here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case?
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
That's nice of you.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while before we depart.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here?
Ah, to you.
Or... these ladies?
Okay. Woo.
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
You noticed. Oh, back to the Trailblazer. Meanwhile, the soaring clock hand.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never fail to find their way into the lives of organic life forms?
Miko says, neither did I expect to see you here in Penacony, Mr. Skrullin. I assumed the Genius Society wasn't invited to the festivities.
I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. But it looks like my decision also cost me the front row seat to all of your exciting adventures. Conclusion: there is likewise a downside to pursuing reason.
Yeah, you missed out on the fun shit. I'm sure if all you geniuses showed up to the Charmy Festival, things would have been much different.
I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination.
They did suggest a destination, but that was all. Did you hear this from Madame Herta? It's a world beyond the knowledge of the Nameless, after all. I wrote to her hoping that the all-encompassing erudition could provide us with some information.
Could there be more to it?
Yes, there is something else. Miss Black Swan said that Amphorius is a world influenced by the three paths, and the erudition is one such path.
Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror.
Huh. You're right. So this has to be related to the Emanators, or perhaps even the Aeons. That's why I wanted to know if the geniuses had any clue about it.
It's a pity we do not communicate much within the Society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never heard of Amphorius, however.
Madame Herta said the same, but it did pique her interest, and she agreed to do a little digging. My guess is that there's a chance the Garden of Recollection is behind it. She always had taken a keen interest in the Remembrance's technology, after all. It's thanks to her that we got to make Miss Ron May's acquaintance a while back. Even when we went into the Kalenga Abyss to bring a Leviathan's carcass back for our new friend. Speaking of her, this is far too much of an understatement, but none of us ever expected to see an old friend at Miss Ron May's.
That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. I suppose that's the fate you organic life forms are bound by.
Yeah, bound by a bond that truly runs deep.
So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back home?
Would the Nameless see a point in keeping work and favors apart? It's her request. She hopes to make a brief stop somewhere to reframe her mindset before returning to Xianzhou, considering her unique position within the Alliance.
Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her then, Miss Himiko?
My companions are with her. They know Miss Ting-Yun better anyway. Plus, those youngsters will definitely do a better job than me when it comes to vacations. They are probably having a wonderful time now. Oh, Himiko.
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
Oh, about that. Why don't you ask him instead? He knows how to present things logically.
Why do you have to go so mean? Excuse me. Apparently, there are many Ting-Yuns here with us. I'm going to have to break that stereotype you have of me.
Not now. Of all times. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yun for a while after separating from the rest. But then we ran into something weird.
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy. A type of candy that's supposed to make you fall over laughing.
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to do it, but he insisted on us giving it a shot. That's how we got into this problem.
What happened?
We failed the challenge terribly. I still wanted more candies. Behold, the Laughing Maniac, March 7th.
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So, we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we did, we realized Miss Ting-Yun ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into several Ting-Yuns right in front of us.
What's your take on this?
That's a very through the looking glass sort of thing that just happened there.
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely the candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory fragments to dissociate and become entities themselves.
Interesting.
There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents from time to time in the sweet dream.
Mr. Yang? Who's this?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was Only being careful. Or we would have been stopped by the Bloodhounds more than once on our way here. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
You know, for somebody who's on the run, you're dressed really flashy.
You! What's going on?
Everyone, stay calm. I'll explain.
Well, fills him in on what he's been through.
I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest. But to prevent any unforeseen complications, I'll be accompanying him everywhere he goes until he leaves Penacony. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance of Sunday's.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
I'm not the one to boast about past feats. He was a worthy opponent. Nah, it was a team effort.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Ting-Yoon. Why does it seem like Mr. Yang always comes back with some extraordinary guests?
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focusing on returning Miss Ting-Yoon to her normal self.
Calling you out there, Walt.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting-Yoons aren't exactly easy to communicate with.
Right? Yep, can't communicate with them at all. This smells pretty interesting. Perhaps a merchant guild representative can be found upon return to Xianzhou.
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion? Oh, wait. Which Miss Ting-Yoon are you again?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting-Yoon to come together to form the Ting-Yoon Merchant Guild. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound to thrive and prosper.
Not quite Fuumoko, but I understand the concept.
I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th. Your wits surpass many others, making you the perfect person to handle liaison negotiations on our behalf.
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes smoothly for your guild. There. Now do you see what I mean, Mr. Yang?
There does appear to be an element of her talking to herself.
Yeah, Miss Ting-Yoon's got a sense of humor these days.
Hey! You better not be referring to the part about my wits surpassing many others.
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the eye of the storm.
Looks like there's a lot more to this story.
Yeah. Fantilia was using her body kind of like, somebody putting on a pair of gloves.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions for fixing this problem?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Ting-Yoons here.
That sounds nice. People never forget a personally prepared home-cooked meal. But then again, gifts should be lasting. What about a delightful new bouquet of flowers on the table each day? Wouldn't they do a better job at brightening up someone's day? That sounds like a good idea.
Unless you don't have any way of getting flowers.
If we really want to do this right, though, it's the thought behind the gift that truly matters. The more thought goes into the gift, the better the recipient feels it. She makes a valid point, too.
You sure have a way of not offending anyone.
These three Tingyuns don't look like they'll be reaching a conclusion anytime soon. We won't be able to get a word in.
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxian girl's book.
The problem with Miss Tingyun is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into notes that are each a part of her. In other words, it means the Tingyuns we see here are all different aspects of her psyche.
Okay. You just made it sound a whole lot more complicated.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the dreamscape. Tuning could be the way to fix it. The only problem is that these Miss Tingyuns are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we can properly speak with?
One that we can speak with? Oh, I think there is one. But it may take me a while to identify her.
Ah, there we go.
Huh? Ugh, yikes. She's scary. No, I won't be able to talk to her.
I'm walking in the street and what a weird dream.
Man, sleepwalking in heels.
Ugh, this Miss Tingyun looks like she's sleepwalking. Nope, not her.
Maybe I should get some caffeine in me. Probably not a bad idea. So what happens? I still have a little bit of Pepsi left. Let's go ahead and try that. Ah. I could also convert my desk to standing mode. Much as I am loath to jostle any of my cables. She seems completely oblivious to everything else and is just standing there, continuously operating the cash meter, occasionally getting excited.
Why do I feel like it's not gonna be a wise move to interrupt her?
Oh,
Honey.
were you all looking for me? Oh, were you all looking for me?
Yes.
Found her! If I remember correctly, this Miss Tingyun's trait is...
It's nothing special, really.
Somewhat normal Tingyun.
She ought to meet your one we can properly speak with requirement, right?
Worth a try. My lady, if I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you should know that we're keeping our eyes on you. If you even think about taking Miss Tingyun hostage.
Oh, gravitational disintegration. There are 4 pairs of eyes between the 3 of us. Remember, we're the most formidable people in all of Pelly County.
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps, as assurance, we can have my friend here perform the task in my stead. One week has a higher mastery of the harmony than I do.
That is true.
If you still have concerns, you are also free to restrain me while he performs the tuning.
There's no need for that. You're acting so... sincere. I'm actually surprised.
Are you all right with this, Miss Tingyun?
I go as the wind blows, so you may decide for me.
Then kindly forgive our intrusion. Please do your best, 1 week.
What the? Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Is that like leftover from Fat Tilly?
Never mind.
Look, it's working.
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Say hello to Fugue, everybody.
Miss Ting Yoon, you're finally back. You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial matter.
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now.
Damn. Darkness ascends before the eyes, reminiscent of the chaos before the birth of the universe amidst the chaos of
Don't be afraid. What is this place? No matter what you see, you only need to remember one thing. You're not alone.
Who are you? And who am I?
Oh my.
Is that where I came from? And where does this path lead?
Alright, Fugue, story. Temporarily added, you can make changes to the lineup menu. Ooh. If that's the case. There she is. Oh, she's an Ahility. Okay. Well, this will be fun. And let's go ahead and put you there. Wait, no. You stay. You go here. There. That's better. Phew.
That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. There were only minor issues.
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not be able to hold on much longer.
You're still trying. There's no precedent for saving someone who was destroyed by a Lord Ravager. Will it even work?
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it. But if she says it's possible, then it must be.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am? Can they not hear me?
Interesting. drifting shut. I don't know. I don't know why. Alright, let's investigate. This path's temporarily closed. Great. What now? Where are we supposed to go? Oh! I walked right past it. Okay.
This girl is...
Though extremely rare, the observed subject has started to provide short answers for some simple questions, even though her cognition is still in a chaotic state. From what's been observed so far, she is not incapable of composing long and complex sentences. However, an unbearably intense pain would immediately attack her with high frequency, enough to interrupt her thoughts or even render her temporarily unconscious. This next part struck through. Relevant information should be delivered to Madame Ronne for her to decide whether the observed subject's senses should be temporarily numbed before conducting a questioning. Correction. We have temporarily blocked the subject's various senses and are trying as much as we can to alleviate their pain. No further questioning will be made until the body's repair has made some progress. Until then, this is a record of the questions that the observed subject had already answered. Number 1, what is your name? The subject replied within 3 seconds. Tingyan. Number 2, what did you encounter? The observed subject spent a substantial period of time in rumination before suffering from intense pain and losing their consciousness. After being questioned 4 times, it can be confirmed that the observed subject knows about the related details, but struggles to elucidate that knowledge during the limited periods of coherence.
Tingyun. What a familiar name. Do I know her?
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again. Who's talking to me?
Alright. Now I think we can go upstairs.
These are...
Yes, they are.
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you? And why won't you show yourself?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to finish walking this path.
Ron May.
You want me to go through here? Do I have to fight it?
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous, and you can't do it anyway. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as...
My... scars?
Sorry about that. Finger twitched.
Wait! Is this called... coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
Share good fortunes.
Alright. Let's go.
Never hesitate! Here!
Stay put! Get them!
I won't do.
Another journey begins. Destiny for oblivion.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Have we met? Dream vanished.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Let's seize this fine moment. Cloud scatter.
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
Unite our goals. Dreams of a past life are now all gone. Let us dance once more.
Fangs and claws got dull.
Another journey begins.
Let's seize this fine moment.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Dream vanished.
How can it be? Why are there still so many of them? The ones from before weren't defeated either.
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction. Or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are your two choices.
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now?
Close, but not quite.
So... I'm trapped between life and death? Existing in a limbo?
You can think of it that way.
As expressive as ever, Ron May.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to save me, Benefactor. But why are you telling me all this?
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world or not.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me make a choice.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing to begin with.
I mean, that's kind of true, philosophically.
You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased with that result.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, you should not have survived. But someone didn't agree with that assessment, and it just so happens I was able to fulfill his request.
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. Or more specifically, your tail. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear.
Who?
Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you. You should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
At this point, past events revealed by the tuning recede to darkness once more.
Are you all right?
Did I pass out?
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore. Miss Tingyun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life, her body suffered terrible injuries beyond all power to heal.
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life sciences and managed to grant Miss Tingyun a shot at survival. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Tingyun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way, partly to allow her some time to convalesce.
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a dream. I didn't expect so many mishaps to happen.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway. We drew some attention with that commotion earlier.
Shortly after.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Tingyun is resolved, are we meeting your other two companions next?
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so let's wrap up your farewells first. I'll leave Miss Tingyun in your hands.
Huh? But, Mr. Yang, the messenger from the Xianzhou is almost here. You're not coming with us?
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there. She'll be able to handle any decisions should you run into any difficulties.
If you guys are getting any noise from my mic, it's because a cat has landed in my lap and is now thoroughly swishing her tail and like coming in contact with the mounting.
Okay, we better hurry then. This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
Okay. Look, I hate to do this, but for whatever reason, I seem to be running out of steam.
How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
I guess I was a lot more tired and more wore out from this week. In any case, we'll go ahead and pick this up again another time. I believe tomorrow's stream is going to be some Hades. So I hope you look forward to that. And well, I've had a good time tonight. I think I should stop early and get some rest. Guys, hope you have a wonderful day, regardless of what time it is. And make sure you take care of yourself out there. In any case, my name's Solomon Savage, and I bid you a good one. So long for now.
This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues?